I and boyfriend started dating me 3.5 months after his breakup with GF of 7 years. Am I the rebound? I met my boyfriend on a dating site in May 2023. We have now known each other for 3.5 months, been dating for 2. I was in a very serious relationship, 2 years long, that ended in April 22, and I needed a while before I could get back into the dating game after I felt I had healed. My boyfriend told me that he had been dating his ex for 7 years and wanted to marry her, but her unwillingness to commit led to their breakup towards the end of last year. I felt it was too soon for him to start dating again, and was worried that I might be a rebound. Last week when he was showing me something on his gallery, I noticed a picture of him with her on his favorites album as the cover picture. I asked him about it and he said he never deleted their pictures together since he didn't want to be looking at them. He had told me this earlier, but the fact that it was the cover picture of his favorites album really disturbed me. He said he didn't want to individually look at the pictures and delete them as the pictures would make him revisit memories that he didn't want to revisit. I told him he could delete the pictures without looking, as Google identifies faces and makes it easier to delete all pictures with those faces. My BF is a little tech-averse. He has now deleted the pictures. We got to talking since I was disturbed about this, and I then found out that he broke up with his ex in the middle of January 2023, and not last year as he had earlier told me. That should not change much since it's technically just 15 days, but now that I think about it, the fact that he took 3.5 months to move on from a 7-year relationship is really disturbing me, and I can't shake the feeling that I'm a rebound. Other than this, his actions or behavior with me never makes me feel like a rebound. He talks about wanting a future together and wanting to meet my parents, and I never doubted his loyalty for a second. But could it be possible that I'm a rebound and he's just looking for commitment that his ex couldn't give him? I had a conversation with him at length and he says he loves me and I'm not a rebound, but I can't shake the paranoia. Comment. 3.5 months is not long. But keep in mind that after 7 years a breakup is not as dramatic as, for example, me 2 years in. It's more like dying of old age compared to getting decapitated in a car accident. It's very possible he grieved the relationship while he was in it and actually thought about what he wants in a relationship. I don't find not deleting photos weird BTW. I DC about my gallery at all. Rarely revisit photos. I'm not saying you're not in a legit relationship, I'm just saying the guy got over a 7-year relationship in about 14 weeks. So my math says something is up. Not sure why he felt it necessary to lie about when he broke up with his GF, but it could be that he had emotionally left that relationship long before it actually ended. As for the photos, I'd be willing to bet that he's not opening the file every day pining over the ex. You can't erase the past. Let it go and he'll delete the photos when he's ready. GL. Next story 2. I need advice about my 5-year relationship with boyfriend, 33M. I'll try to make a long story short. My boyfriend and I have been together nearly 5 years. In 2020 we had a very rough patch, him doing drugs and me drinking. I hit rock bottom and have not drank since. He had a slip up, but I was there to stay. All I asked is to be told if he was getting Suboxone, from a friend. I later found Adderall hidden. I don't care about Adderall, but this comes down to being honest and not hiding things. We had a discussion and time went on. He said he would tell me things. I believe if you are going to be with someone forever, you should be able to tell them everything. His brother has had struggles with drugs and was the one who brought crap to him in 2020. I guess I had suspicions, but when I have my boyfriend's phone I do check text messages between him and his brother. I do not trust his brother whatsoever. Anyways, a text exchange in May showed by BF stopping at his parents' house, his brother lives there, to pick something up. They were being sneaky and not wanting their parents to see. My BF texted that if they see just tell them I am getting an Adderall. When confronted he told me that he was getting Adderall. I don't understand. If you are getting Adderall then why be so sneaky and say just tell them I'm getting Adderall? He says it was because he didn't want to worry his mom, thinking it was something else and it was stupid. His brother was being dramatic like always. Fast forward to August. I found a Xanax in his car. Text messages between him and his brother show my BF asking for something. His brother saying something about taking a half, quarters, waiting for a guy to sign off on something, and pictures of a website ordering stuff. My boyfriend is telling me that this conversation was all staged as a way to test me to see if I would look through my boyfriend's phone or not. The Xanax in the car was also staged according to him. His parents are involved because his brother still lives with them and will test him at random times. He previously was being tested for fentanyl. However, my boyfriend bought tests for benzos with the idea that if his mom was suspicious she could test him with that. Is that calculated? Also, his mom wanted them both to take a 14-panel test. Both refused. They were comfortable with taking the benzo test, but refused the 14-panel because it's a pride thing. Well, my boyfriend's mom saved the cup of pee from my BF and later tested it, and it came back positive for things like MDMA, methamphetamine, some others. The next day my BF willing took another test, after drinking lots of water, and it only showed positive for Suboxone. Is it possible the test shows false positives because the pee was transferred from one cup to a glass cup before going into the test cup? My boyfriend's pee was like almost clear the second test when he only showed positive for Suboxone, which was expected. Could be clear out his system that quickly? Am I overthinking? Or do you believe my boyfriend is lying? I am at a point where I need to decide to give this relationship another chance or be done. I tend to think negatively and assume the worst, and if I don't believe that this latest conversation was staged, I don't think it's fair to my BF to continue if I won't be able to move on from this. Comment. Do you want to be dating a drug addict? Because you're dating a drug addict. All these details about exactly what drugs he's taking or where he's getting them or who else knows don't change the basic question of whether you want to continue dating a drug addict who clearly has no intention of quitting drugs. This is hard, you know him best, not us. But he sounds like a drug addict. That's something you gotta ask yourself if you are gonna be with him for years through this. You cannot feel bad if you don't. FYI, you don't owe anyone anything. Next story 3. How can I get over the fact that my BF lied to me since we started dating 5 years ago? This is gonna be very long and I apologize. TLDR at the bottom. My BF lied to me throughout our whole relationship, 5 years. We had a good relationship in general. We get along great, had a good communication and all that, or so I thought. Then, when we moved in together and both started working from home, I started noticing that was a bit off. That was a year and a half ago. I would walk in the home office where we would both work in, and every time I would, he would close something on the computer and acted as if it's nothing. I asked him what he is doing and if he has anything to tell me because I was suspicious, but he kept saying that it's nothing and that whatever I'm thinking isn't actually happening, so he had many opportunities to tell me. Weird things kept happening throughout this past year, so 2 days ago I finally broke down and searched through his computer. I never invaded someone's privacy in my life, and I never, though I will. I was shocked to say the least. He is addicted to porn, watching it multiple times a day. He was subscribing to of girls and paying/chatting with them, commenting on NSFW images and video on Reddit, and last but not least, I saw his Reddit post from a while back where Is was looking for girls to talk with him through Snapchat. I was shaking for 6 hours straight and confronted him immediately when he got home. He tried to deny it but then confessed. So, to me, paying and chatting in any sexual way with anyone else besides your so is cheating, and I made that very clear, very eerie in our relationship. I have also mentioned many times that I don't understand why anyone would pay for that stuff or comment on photos like that anyway, let alone when you are in a relationship, so he knew everything that is a no-go for me, but he did it anyway. I'm still shocked and I don't know how to process this. I'm hurt and he knows that. He apologized and said he will get help immediately, that he will do anything to prevent losing me and that I'm the only person he wants to be with for the rest of his life. But I lost all that trust because I always asked him if he is okay when I saw him be a bit weird. We discussed many Reddit stories about same situation happening to others and he agreed that it is indeed horrible, yet here we are. If I wouldn't find it myself I would never know because he would never tell me. I guess I'm not the person he feels as comfortable with as I thought because otherwise he would tell me. If he would just tell me early by himself, I would support him with getting the help he needed as I had some battles with drug addiction myself when I was still in my teens. He knows about it because he knows everything about me. But now all the trust I had in this man is gone. I still love him but I have zero trust. I feel cheated, I feel like half of me is gone and I don't even know the person who is living with me. I feel so alone and humiliated I can't even explain. He was the last person who I thought would do this to me. If he could hide this from me so well, what else is he hiding? I can't get those comments out of my head at all and I can't stop thinking about all the stuff he did elsewhere. I love this man but now that the trust is gone, part of me wants to just walk away from this relationship. Comment. Man oh man. Do you want to stay with a cheater? You did literally nothing wrong. Did you guide his hand around the screen and click on naked videos and chat with people for him? Did you grab his phone and make posts for girls to chat? None of this falls on you, but what you do from here on out, does in fact fall on you. He's been doing this to you with no remorse for over a year now and his response is I'll get help, it's BS and I think you may know it. Because you knew something was up. You weren't wrong to find out and a part of you may wish you hadn't looked but it's best you know the truth. Just end everything and move on with your life, staying is pointless.